Okay, this video shows how to compute hour by hour. We want to compute hour, or we'll make graphs of hour by hour production. This is the same database with 158,000 different dates or hours of production. Obviously, well, we did graph it once, but we'd like to kind of just maybe graph 1 month like this, or yeah, okay, just to see how it does. And then we'd like to make a drop down box so we can select a few different months, see how it looks. And I suppose we could do this for a week or a day or anything we'd like. And so we're going to make a drop down box, and the drop down box is going to list the months. And then we're going to take those months and find the right month and graph. We can make 744 different hours. We can assume a 31-day month. We could do something fancier too if we wanted to. And to do that, so let's see how we'll do this. We'll first make a drop-down box. And then what we're going to use is we're going to use the match command function to find the start of the month. And then we'll use the index function, and then we'll make an index from the start period and adding 1, and then we'll use the index function to find the values. So this is it's another basic exercise really in using the match and the index together with a couple of other things. First thing, this has the end of I left this from the last exercise. This has the end of the month associated with each day. That's the first that's the first thing we have. So now once we have this, why don't we start with this initial date and then use the EO month to increment it by 1, shift control 3, and then we'll just have a list of the month. This is what we'll use for for once I copied it about right. This is what we'll use for our drop-down box. Okay. So we're going to pick any of these months and then just graph them. Now to do this, you can go to the Developer tab, insert a drop-down box as usual. Once you make the drop-down box, let's use our special trick that I learned from my friends at Gazprom. Go to another sheet, back to this sheet. We shade these. There's no, unfortunately, easy way to press shift control down to do that. Then go to another sheet, back to this sheet. And let's so that's our index number. Okay, so the first time we have to use the index is here. So our month that we're going to graph. Why don't I put month here, and that way we can use that as a title of the graph. And this is going to be our index function, and we can shade this and put up to that one. Shift control 3. Now once we can, then let's put the row number associated with the start of each of these ones. So we just use the match this one against these numbers, and then make sure you put a 0 here. Okay. Oops. Okay, I'm sorry. The match command should have been right here. Let me do that again. Equal match, and we click on this date. We didn't need a whole bunch of matches, and then we click on the entire line, and whoops, and then we put a dot comma 0, and you see it give us row number 13. Now once we have this, we can put a start our date, okay, and then I'll put the day and the hour, okay, and we can do this a couple of ways. The beginning hour, why don't, I'm gonna count this and just put 1, and we'll do our normal thing. If this thing is equal to 24, then we reset it to 1, otherwise we take the last hour plus 1. That's our standard thing, and if this thing equals 1, then we take the last date plus 1, otherwise we take the last date. That's the over and over, that's such an important thing, and then we go down, we need at least 744 rows, probably a couple more, okay, and we went, well, hang on, oh, why don't I, made another mistake, I didn't swear this time, EO month, we can take the end of the month of this month, then go backwards 1 month, that gives us the end of the prior month, and then put +1, so we'll get it from the beginning of the month. And, you know, on this one, actually, can we format this without a, let's put the date, and let's put no, let's put it like this or something. Okay, so it just gives us the date and the year, and then we can put our row, and the first row number is the number we get up here, and then we take that one and just increment it by 1. Okay, now once we have that, then we can put our index, and that's just this, again, shade the whole column when you're doing this method. Okay, and then we have it. And finally, perhaps we should move our day here. Then we can, this, I think, of course, there's an exception to everything. If we have it here, it'll work. And then we have our monthly generation. Okay, I'm not sure. All right, and I'm gonna stop that. I know it didn't look the way it's supposed to. Oh shit. Okay, I think I'm not sure how much you saw, but I'll just review this. We start with this month, this row number, just add 1 to that, and then we get the row number. Okay. And then once we have the row number, we take the index of the entire generation, put it against the row number, and that's the big trick. Now, if I make a graph of that, here's the graph, and apparently what happens is we shouldn't put the X scale in there. And once we make the graph, then we can take the copy the little spinner box here and try different try different months. Okay. Okay, and September, very flat. Kind of interesting. And then in other months we have a pattern. Okay, I'm going to stop now.